Welcome to Stories to Speak, where every story helps you feel English, not just study it. These tales are made for learners like you, teen or adult, beginner or beyond, who want to enjoy English through emotion, not grammar drills. So find a quiet moment, listen, feel, speak with confidence. Your English journey begins with a story. This is a story about a stranger and how a quiet routine turned into something unforgettable. Every morning, Ella stood on platform 7. Same time, same train, same silent stranger reading his book. They never spoke. Not once. Until the day he disappeared and left behind a letter with her name on it. The Stranger on Platform 7 is a slow-burn romance told in chapters for English learners who love emotional stories, realistic dialogue, and characters who feel deeply, even when they don't speak much. This is Chapter 1. Let's begin. They say routine is comfort. The same bus, the same coffee. The same 7:30 a.m. train. For most people, routine is a blur. It's for me became everything because of him. Every morning for almost a year, he was there. Platform 7, same spot, same coat, same book. I didn't know his name, we never spoke, but he became the reason I didn't hit snooze.
I work in a tall glass office near the river. It's dull, honestly. Marketing, reports, deadlines. The only thing I look forward to is the morning commute. That strange, beautiful quiet where hundreds of people don't talk. They just move together. And among all those faces was his. The first time I noticed him, he was leaning against the pillar near the edge of platform 7, reading, always reading. Once it was Murakami. Another day, something in French. Notebooks in his bag, dark coat, sharp jaw, messy hair. Always 5 o'clock shadow, even at 7 a.m. I called him the man with the book. He didn't know I existed, or so I thought.
Ella in a blue scarf. Glances across, their eyes meet briefly. Train arrives, they part. At first, I saw him a few times a week. Then, it was every day, same time, same place. Soon, I memorized everything about him. How he flipped a page every 30 seconds. How he never looked up except right before the train came. How he sometimes smiled at the pages, just barely. Once he looked up too early and caught me staring. I looked away so fast, I almost spilled my coffee. Lisa, my best friend, office mate, part-time therapist, said I had a commuter crush. She teased me every time I told her he was there again. I swear, if you don't say hi this week, I'll get on the train and push you into him, she once said. But part of me wished she would, because truthfully, I didn't just notice him. I waited for him, missed him on weekends, planned my outfits like I wasn't planning them. And when I bought that blue scarf, it was because I'd seen his eyes linger on the colour. Once, just once. Over several weeks, they nod at each other. A silent ritual, her mornings light up. Time passed. Winter came. Then spring, then autumn again. Still, we said nothing. But something had changed. We began to acknowledge each other, subtly. A soft nod, a small smile on stormy days. Not every time, just enough. Sometimes I'd imagine his voice. Wonder if he liked jazz, if he had a girlfriend, if he was shy or just uninterested, if he ever thought about me the way I thought about him. I began writing about him in my journal, in little notes on my phone. He wore brown boots today, slightly muddy. Must have taken the shortcut near the park. He laughed at something in his book today, a real laugh. I smiled like an idiot. It's Monday. He's not here. Why does that make my chest hurt? She arrives. He's not there. Then he disappeared. No warning, no goodbye, just gone. It was a cold Tuesday in November, the kind where the air feels like it might snow. I stepped onto the platform early, too early really. I wanted to see him. I stood in my usual spot, heart quietly hopeful, but platform 7 was empty. I waited. 7:24, 7:25. Train came, still no sign. My stomach twisted in a way I couldn't explain. Maybe he was just late, but he wasn't there the next day, or the one after. For the first time in months, mornings felt empty. Lonely, even with hundreds of people around. At home, I reread every journal entry about him, searched my camera roll for the few blurry shots I'd taken of the station, secretly hoping he'd be in the background. I even asked the coffee cart guy if he'd seen the man with the book. He looked at me strangely, said he thought I had a boyfriend or something. I laughed it off, then went home and cried. I didn't know him, not really, but losing him felt real, like a page ripped out of a book I hadn't finished reading. And that's when it happened. Friday. Ella sits on the bench where the man used to stand, feels something taped underneath. I'd missed my train. Too tired, too sad. So, I sat on the bench near platform 7, his bench. I don't know what made me do it, but I reached under the seat. And there it was, a small envelope, cream-coloured, taped carefully under the wood. On the front, to the woman with the blue scarf. Chapter 2, The Letter. The envelope was warm in my hand, though the wind that morning was sharp. I didn't open it on the platform. I couldn't. My hands were shaking. I tucked it into my coat and caught the next train in silence, heart pounding like I'd stolen something forbidden. I sat by the window, the unopened letter on the table in front of me. I stared at it for a long time. What if it wasn't from him? What if it was a prank? But no one else knew about the blue scarf. No one but me. And him. I finally opened it. And suddenly, his voice was in my head.
You don't know me, or maybe you do, in the way people know each other without words. You stand across from me every morning. You wear the same blue scarf on Mondays. I always notice that. You read too fast, like you're trying to escape. I get that. I was going to speak to you. So many times, I even rehearsed lines in my head. Hi. Do you always take this train? Ugh, terrible, I know. But something about you made me silent. Not scared, just aware. Like I didn't want to ruin something fragile.
I could hear him. I could feel him. And I had no idea I'd meant anything to him at all.
There were days I didn't come, but I still passed through the station, just to check. Just to see if you were there. Once, I saw you laugh at something on your phone. I wanted to be the reason for that laugh, but I didn't know how. I wrote this letter weeks ago. I've rewritten it 6 times. I'm leaving London tomorrow. Job offer in Paris. Publishing house. It's what I've always wanted, but leaving without telling you felt like a mistake I'd regret forever. This probably sounds foolish. Romantic in the wrong way? Maybe you're with someone? Maybe you'll never read this. But if you are reading this, if fate let you find it, then maybe fate is kinder than I thought. I'll be on platform 7 this Sunday, 7:30 a.m. One last time. If you don't come, I'll know it wasn't meant to be. No pressure, no expectations, just hope. The Man with the Book.
My heart was a storm. Not from fear, but from something more dangerous. Possibility. What if I missed this? What if I didn't go? What if I went and he didn't show? I read the letter again and again. Each word tasted like memory, like months of silent glances all blooming at once. I didn't sleep that night. I lay awake, imagining his voice, not on paper, but in person, soft, nervous, maybe warm. Would he smile when he saw me? Would I cry?
I didn't expect her to find the letter. Hell, I didn't even expect myself to leave it. I'd written the first version back in October. I tore it up, wrote another in November, never brought it. But that morning, my last Friday in London, I stood in front of that bench with the letter in my pocket for 30 minutes. She wasn't even there. I almost walked away. But something told me, just leave it. I thought she might never see it, might never remember me at all, might forget my face the moment I disappeared. But some part of me hoped, and I hated how much I hoped.
Saturday was endless. The city felt louder, faster, too real. I went to the bookstore, wandered around pointlessly. My mind kept drifting. What would I wear? Should I bring something? Should I speak first?
I kept checking the clock. I told myself not to expect anything, but then I shaved, pressed my shirt, bought flowers, just in case.
I picked out the scarf again, the blue one, and I smiled when I folded it. This time, I wanted him to notice. Thank you for listening to The Stranger on Platform 7, Part 1. What do you think will happen next? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Stories to Speak, and come back for Part 2 soon. Until then, keep listening, keep learning, and let stories speak to you.